I'm more positive minded about things because like after having back surgery my freshman year and then missing the end of the season my freshman year because of my shoulder, and then the following year having shoulder surgery and missing that whole season, it just really opened my eyes on just focus on the positive things and just go out there and like even though I missed time, it's just one of those things where you'll be back and be back playing and stuff. So just one of those things that I just started looking at the positives more and just focus on what I need to do to get better instead of trying to be someone that I'm not.
My second question is talk about the role and the mentality of being that Sunday guy, because there could be a lot of you're either going for, you're going for the series win, you're going for a sweep, or you're trying to avoid a sweep. Just talk about that mentality you have when you get the ball on that Sunday where a lot can be on the line.
So it's a lot of pressure at times. And just like if we're up 2-0 in a series, or if we're down 2-0 in a series, or if we're tied, it's just one of those things to where you never want to get swept in the SEC on the weekend. So it's just one of those things going out there and making sure that you give the team the best chance to win and try and go as deep as you can in the game. So I think it's like a very important role to be on Sundays and give the team the best chance to win on the weekend to finish out the weekend.
Hey AJ, Wilson Alexander from the Advocate. Good to see you again. Hope you're
Good
doing
to see
well.
you.
It looks like you threw 3 scoreless innings in your first appearance after having to sit out there for a little bit of time. How are you feeling right now, even though you kind of missed a couple of weeks here, approaching opening day?
So I feel really good, feel strong, and feel the best I've ever felt. So whenever I missed those 10 days, I was stuck in quarantine, so I was still able to come to the field and throw and run and work out and stuff. So I didn't miss that much time. I just couldn't be around the guys. So I was able to come up here and throw and just make sure I get my work done. So that was a bonus for me, just being able to like stay in shape and keep my arm in shape and be able to come back and throw like how I did in the first scrimmage.
Hey AJ, it's Glenn West here. It's good to see you again, man. I guess just kind of, you mentioned the fact, I mean, you really haven't faced SEC level pitching now, I guess going on 3 years, really since that true freshman season. I mean, because of that injury, and then obviously last year, everything getting postponed. But just what do you remember about SEC caliber pitching? I mean, how they're hitting, and just kind of how has that, maybe helped you as you're trying to get, kind of back into form, I guess this season.
So I remember my freshman year, I started against Arkansas. That's on a Sunday. And it was just one of those things. It was eye opening at first because I mean, even if you make good pitches, that the SEC hitters can still hit it and hit it out of the park. So you just gotta go out there and just focus on what you can control and just go out there and make your pitches and just follow along with like AD and his plan that he has and his approach for the hitters, and just like don't try and get away from that.
Wilson.
Yeah. Talking about a couple of your teammates here, starting with Devin, AD had said that he's made a progression over his career, unlike some of the other. I mean, like a really impressive progression over his career. Have you noticed the way that Devin has sort of matured and come into his own as a player and as a person over the last, I guess, about 4 years now?
Yeah, I can definitely see a progression from freshman year to now, because I lived the past 2 years. So just like seeing him like grow over the past 2 years, whenever I lived with them, it was like a really good. It was really good for him to like grow and like mature and become the person he is today.
And then if I could, Alex Milazzo, y'all are gonna, you've obviously, like you mentioned, had a bunch of injuries during your career, but you're all going to now have a catcher who starts back-to-back seasons for the first time in a few years here. What does it do for y'all as a pitching staff to have someone who you're familiar with like that behind the plate?
I feel like it's a great advantage for the pitchers because he's able to like he like knows who you are as a person, like knows what you like to throw in certain counts and stuff like that. So I feel like having Milazzo back there it's like an extra bonus for the pitchers. It's like a comfort factor for us, knowing that whenever like we shake AD off or like don't feel right about a pitch, like Milazzo knows like what we want to do and like how to go about it. And it also helps with like the runners on base. Like we still have to like control the running game and like hold the ball and stuff out there. But at the same time, it's nice knowing that you have a catcher like Alex who can throw guys out whenever and not have to worry about like holding the ball and stuff like that.
AJ, I'm interested to know how you, Jaden, and Landon make each other better. Is it the good competition of, okay, you do this on Friday, I got to try to top you on Saturday? Like, is it friendly, good competition between you guys?
I would say so because we all try to make each other better because we all know that there's guys behind us that can take our spots at any moment. So like me and Landon, we live together. So like me and him are always talking about pitching and like how like throwing certain pitches, and me and him play catch together a lot. So like we're helping each other out whenever we play catch, like talking about movement and like how our mechanics look and stuff like that. So I feel like with like us, it's like it's always competitive, but at the same time, it's like friendly. We all want to like try and help each other get better and make sure that we all succeed.
Anything you maybe, they always say imitation is the highest form of flattery. Anything you tried to copy from them, maybe, whether it's a specific pitch, a grip on a pitch, anything like that?
I wouldn't say so because I mean we're all like all the pitchers are different in their own ways. Like we'll help each other like with grips and stuff, and like we'll show them like how we throw it, but it's all based on like how they feel and like what they want. So we try and help each other with like the different grips and like maybe like tweak it a little bit, but at the same time we're all different, so we have to like go based off of how we feel with that pitch.
Okay, back to Wilson.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, Jaden said for the last couple of years, because he didn't have a whole lot of experience as a pitcher in high school, that he was just trying to learn as much as he could from the rest of the guys on the staff. Now that he's kind of heading into his junior year here, how much more knowledge does he have about pitching than he did when he came here as a freshman?
I feel like he has a lot more knowledge than he did as a freshman. Because I remember freshman year and even last year, he was like asking me and Landon like questions about like pitching and like how to go about it. And then it seems like with him and Anthony hanging out all off season, that like he's really had that person like mentor him about pitching and like how to go about it and make sure that like he can sustain his velo and like all that stuff throughout the season and like throughout his starts.